Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Analysis: South Africa's leniency towards Putin is untenable. Nelson Mandela was not afraid to place himself on the wrong side of history, out of loyalty to old friends. The South African leader, anointed a secular saint by international recognition, embraced monsters like Muammar Gaddafi, Robert Mugabe or Fidel Castro, because, in his opinion, their sins counted less than their support for him and his African National Congress during the long years of fighting apartheid. This attitude may help explain South Africa's attitude to the war in Ukraine, now ruling the country, grateful for Moscow's relentless support during the Cold War, unable to openly criticize the current Kremlin occupier. President Cyril Ramaphosa's government has instead adopted a neutral stance by taking a stand on United Nations votes nations to condemn Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. He abstained and regularly issued reassuring statements calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. South Africans, like others in the global South, have been able to deflect Western criticism of their stance and pressure to get off the fence by invoking narratives of the colonial past. Those who have remained silent for so long about the wrongs that have been done to us cannot presume to teach us about the right things. Other reasons have less to do with history and more to do with current geopolitical calculations. There is also the question of BRICS, a platform through which it can project its own geopolitical power. This year it is South Africa's turn to lead the bloc, and they don't want any friction with compatriot Russia. After all, it is not like the others. China, India and Brazil are sticking their necks out. So far, the South African leadership has largely been able to evade a close scrutiny of its position. But that'll soon change as it welcomes Russian warships to a joint exercise in the Indian Ocean, February 17 to 26, dubbed MOSI, or Smoke. The Chinese Navy will also take part, but the star of the show will be Admiral Gorshkov, a frigate dispatched by Putin himself and armed with Russia's latest hypersonic missiles. It gives the impression of not being neutral but one-sidedly biased, said Cobus Marais, the Democratic Alliance's shadow defense minister. This is in Russia's best interests. The upcoming joint exercise has also drawn new attention to a secret visit to a naval base near Cape Town by a cargo ship, the Lady R, in late December, which belongs to a Russian company accused of supplying U.S. weapons transport. The Wall Street Journal reported that the ship turned off its tracking transponder upon docking at the Simon's Town base. This often indicates that a ship is carrying sanctioned cargo. As its position on the war in Ukraine comes under scrutiny at home and abroad, the government may be out of step with national sentiment and economic reality. Aside from the generation that witnessed the struggle against apartheid, South Africans tend to favor the West over Russia.